Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of April 30th through May the 13th, 2024. This is a reading if you are a Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising, or have another significant Sag placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. And thank you to all of you who have subscribed. If you do like this channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Do give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and leave me a comment if you choose. I have links to all of my services down in the description box below for readings, spiritual coaching, and other things that I do. This reading is done according to the 12 houses of astrology. So this is what a full horoscope spread, and I will be reading the cards with respect to the house placement. So I will tell you what the house placement means, and then I will tell you what the cards mean in that house. The main deck that I use, as those of you who are familiar already know, is Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche. And our secondary deck that we're using today to clarify is going to be a tarot deck, the Light Visions Tarot, which is a wonderful new deck that I got as a birthday gift. And I also have, as our follow-up oracle, I always choose a card. We'll be choosing from the Essential Oil Oracle. Okay, so let's start the beginning for you. All right, so your first house is your Aries energy, personality, how you present yourself to the world, how others see you. Okay, so we have Sirius with the Five of Pentacles. I think some of you are being maybe a bit hard on yourselves. When Sirius comes up, this is when we pay strict attention to diet, to exercise, to our physical appearance, okay? I mean, this can also indicate, sometimes Sirius comes up when we're doing mental gymnastics as well, when we need to think outside the box a little bit and try to see something from a different perspective. I mean, this can also be true if we are overly critical of ourselves and of our bodies and so forth. And I say this especially because our clarifying card is the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is about feeling left out in the cold, feeling like an outsider. There's a poverty of the sorts. So it's almost as though you feel that you are, that you're not seen, you're abandoned, you're left out in the cold in some way. Or you just feel somehow that you have a lack of things. Five of Pentacles usually deals with a sense of, it can be, material lack, but in the first house, I feel it's almost as though we feel like, we may be very critical of ourselves. Like, we may not feel like that we fit in with odders, and we may be very critical of ourselves as a result. We may say, oh, if only I was 10 pounds thinner, or if I was, if my hair was different, if this was different, if that was different. I mean, I think we may be very, very focused on certain physical things and being critical of our own personality as a result. But typically speaking, I mean, I feel like the message is that that's an old tape, that's an old social tape that we play, probably goes back to middle school. This is not something that you want to repeat. So just maybe be aware of how much, I mean, it's not that, look, all of us wanting to do things we get tired of the way our hair looks, we decide, we want to look a little bit different, or we want to work out more. There's nothing wrong with doing any of those things. But just make sure that you are not just doing it because somehow you think you are comparing yourselves to others unfavorably. Second house. This is Taurus energy, and Taurus is about finances primarily. Okay, so we have Nephthys with the Six of Pentacles. So Nephthys is a card, okay, so this is a card of something that has not arrived yet. Six of Pentacles has to do with charity, and it can indicate money that's coming to you from somebody else, like somebody is supporting you financially, or it could be you providing financial support to another person. I feel more it's like the former than the latter. It may be that you are waiting, somebody maybe is supporting you with some kind of a gift or has promised you some monies maybe, and maybe this has not come through for you yet. Six of Pentacles can also be about equal give and take when it comes to money. So it could be that maybe you have been sharing a lot of yourself, and that there's a need to, sharing goes two ways. You share with other people, and then people, maybe not necessarily the same people, but what we put out will come back to us in some form. So I feel like right now there may be some lack of clarity about this, or maybe there's a sense of maybe you're waiting for something new financially, and maybe you feel like you're relying a lot on others right now for money. So take it as it resonates here, but I definitely feel like there's there's some kind of a situation that you need to equalize with money, and maybe you don't have all the information that you need yet, or certain things have not materialized yet. Third house is Gemini energy, and Gemini is about communication, messages of all kinds, short-term travel, or I always say short-term, I mean short distance. And so, short trips, not any, no overseas travel or anything like that, or getting on a plane necessarily. This can also be about self-effort, so this can be about business if you're self-employed. This is also a house that deals with sibling relationships, so it could deal with brother-sister relationships. Again, if those apply to you, it's a general reading, so I'm mentioning all the attributes. The cards that we have here are Fire and the Knight of Wands. So, okay, so this is both very high intensity energy. There could be some very intense communications right now, or maybe even intense relations between siblings, if that applies to you, that is possible here. Knight of Wands is very, very fired up energy, ready to charge in at something. But the thing about the Knight of Wands is that, haste makes waste. You don't necessarily want to go charging into a situation. I can tell you that astrologically during this period of time, even today when I'm doing this reading, Mars is about to go into Aries. Mars has been in Neptune and a number of other places. So this may be making us very irritable. We may have a lot of impatience with things that we perceive as blocks. We may be ready to burn it up and throw it all away. But try to channel this energy towards something that, towards clearing out what needs to be cleared out for you. If this has to do with business, this may be an impulse to try to really move forward with something. But I feel like with this, again, there may be reasons not to go charging in. With this high Mars energy, we may be feeling very impatient and want to go after something much more aggressively. I think this is suggesting that we use a little bit of caution. Obviously this fiery energy is going to be here, but you want to try to use it, try to channel it into something that is going to be constructive and also that's not going to blow things up with another person. Fourth house is Cancer energy. This has to do with your home, your family, your home environment, your ancestry, usually the mother in particular. Okay, so we have the wing disc with the Three of Wands, and this is very, very good energy because the wing disc has to do with overcoming difficulties. It has to do with success. This is the sun disc. So certainly if there have been any difficulties either related to your physical home or something about it, like whether you're renting or paying a mortgage or something like that, or even if you've been thinking of moving, this is basically indicating success in overcoming obstacles. We have this with the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands to me always has a collaborative energy to it. It's the idea of working with others to manifest your goals. So there definitely seems to be the idea here that you are building a new foundation, or you are trying to manifest something, and that you are going to be very successful in doing this. But I think this does indicate that the collaboration may be necessary here, and this is definitely an energy of putting energy into the things that you really want in your life. So this may be specifically connected to family or a family situation. Maybe something's going to finally come to fruition here. Or again, this may be related to a home if it's not a family situation specifically. Fifth house is Leo energy, and Leo is creativity, children, love affairs, sometimes recreation and sport and things like that. Okay, so we have Horus with the Four of Wands. Now, Horus comes up, okay, this is a very highly creative card in a creative house. In fact, Horus is Leo energy itself, which is really very good. So this may be, if you are a creative person, this may be a strong creative period for you. You may be very inspired. Maybe that's part of the fire over here. Maybe you are inspired to do a lot of things or move ahead with projects. If this has to do with love or love affairs, if you're single or if you're dating someone or wanting to date someone, then this may have to do with somebody who is very, very charismatic and very popular. It also can indicate that you are in a position where you are very popular with others. Okay, so this may be a time when you are feeling very, very visible and very seen. Now you have it with the Four of Wands. Now the Four of Wands is an excellent card. I mean, it's definitely a card of stability, of sort of an initial level of accomplishment. We have the Three of Wands here. The Four is the next step. And it's definitely the idea of being able to look back with satisfaction at a situation. And also, I should mention, this could have to do with a child as well. There could be some kind of a situation Horus also can bring healing energies with it. So perhaps there's a situation that is being healed or that has finally been come through after a difficulty. Again, take it as it resonates. But Four of Wands definitely has this idea of looking back with satisfaction on an initial level of accomplishment. But we have this, they have them here sort of where they usually this is kind of an 11-11 configuration, but they sort of have they have like 3 wands here and 1 over here. But there's the idea of passing through to the other side, and that you are now, like you completed something that you're satisfied with, and now you're ready to move on to the next step. If this has to do with a relationship, this could be a relationship with, that's going very well. Maybe, again, whether you are the popular one, whether the other person is, whether you both are. There's definitely a lot of recognition, a lot of play, a lot of enjoyment. But somebody here might be ready to move on to the next level. May want to have more of a commitment, maybe make more of expand your horizons in terms of making a life together. So yeah, take that as it resonates there. But there definitely is a sense of certainly feeling satisfied with one's work, or feeling like you're ready to move on to the next step of something. Okay, so now we have the 6th house, Virgo energy. So this is health, healing, can sometimes have to do with worry and anxiety. It is the house related to jobs. So whatever job you may have, where you go to work and make money, that would apply here. Also sometimes has to do with pets and domestic animals. Okay, so we have 9 of Pentacles with the Crook and Flail. So if you are in a job, this could indicate a promotion at your job when the Crook and Flail shows up. 9 of Pentacles certainly indicates financial independence and wealth. So this does seem to indicate being financially secure and independently financially secure. There's a very single energy to the 9 of Wands. 9 of Pentacles, in which you've created your wealth in your own right. Okay, even if you have a partner, there's definitely the idea of you being very independent, very satisfied, very happy with what you have. And with Crook and Flail, in addition to the idea of a possible promotion, this could also just indicate a need, maybe telling you to feel confident in yourself. With the 5 of Pentacles in the 1st house, you may not be feeling so confident. Maybe this is where your worries are. Maybe you're worried about security. Maybe you're worried about whether or not you're going to be recognized for what you're doing. But this seems to indicate that either you really are and you're not seeing it, or you will be. So definitely I feel like the message here is to be secure and to have confidence in this situation. Okay. 7th house is Libra energy, and Libra is about marriages, so contractual partnerships. Marriage would be a legalized relationship, obviously. Business partnerships, contracts, things like that. Okay, and we have Sphinx with the Empress. Now, Sphinx indicates, that's interesting, because Sphinx has a secrecy vibe to it. So there seems to be somebody is either keeping to themselves, or somebody, if you're married, your partner maybe is holding something back from you or has a particular secret, or maybe there's a situation in which you feel you just need to wait. Sphinx often comes up when when the advice is just sit back, wait and see. Given we have this fiery energy here, it could be saying that if there's certain things that are going on. With Empress here, this could relate to somebody's mother, potentially. Doesn't have to. Empress can also indicate a pregnancy, or it can indicate just the starting of a new venture, like planting the seeds for something new. It may be, and maybe this is even planting the seeds for a new relationship. But it may be a situation where you have to wait for things to grow, whatever it is. There's this very hasty energy over here. So I feel like it's kind of saying, if there's anything, whatever you're working on with a partner, or if you're looking for a partner, or maybe looking for somebody to make this commitment, this is just saying, hold up right now, wait and see. There may be more things to be revealed. Or maybe it's a situation that has to grow a little bit more before it gets to a point that it is going to be to bear that kind of fruit. But I think, more generally speaking, I feel like the message of these two together is, with whatever you're trying to cultivate right now in your partnerships, don't rush it. Wait. Okay. The 8th house is Scorpio energy. This is transformative energy. So this is endings, beginnings, can have to do with joint finances too. And we have air with the Magician. Okay, so air definitely brings change. Sometimes it brings travel. This can bring messages from spirit. So for some people, if you have spirit guides that you work with, or if you feel, sometimes people feel this about ancestors who have passed on or something, grandparents or parents or something. There's something about a message here. And we have this with the Magician. So the Magician, really, I feel like if there's a message, you can do it. Okay, if you're feeling like you are beleaguered and maybe tired and not able to do it, Magician says, no, you have the power to manifest. But the Magician may also be indicating that you are at something that is a new beginning. So you're starting over in some way. So yeah, because you're at the beginning, don't be impatient for the end. I've seen a lot of readings recently where a lot of stuff has come to an end. And maybe we're still recovering from those endings, but this is definitely saying you have the means and the resources to get what it is that you want, to manifest what you want. So yeah, there's definitely a strong energy here of movement, change, and messages that are trying to come through. But I feel like they are messages encouraging you in this new beginning. Okay, so 9th house, this is your own energy, Sagittarius. This is about long distance travel. It's about expansion in terms of education, so higher education, going back college or university. It can be just going back to extend your, what's the term I'm looking for? I don't know why I'm losing my term right now. Basically, just furthering your education in some way. It can have to do with that. It can also have to do with religious institutions or organizations, or anything that has to do with deeper thought. This has to do with faith, deep thinking, and also about increasing your knowledge in some fashion. So we have Pyramid with the 7 of Chalices. Okay, so Pyramid can indicate a test situation here. This could be a test of faith for some people. This could be, and with the 7 of Chalices, yeah, I think there may be some situation. Now, maybe this is just a test of faith. Maybe it has to do with a test regarding somebody who is at a distance from you, okay? Or it could be just something connected to something you're learning. Maybe there's something you're learning that is challenging you in some way. But there's definitely this idea of a challenge. And 7 of Chalices is what throws us into doubt. It could be that maybe something we believed for a long time, now we're questioning whether or not it's true. Because 7 of Chalices indicates like either a delusional state or a fear of delusion. Now, I'm not suggesting that you are delusional, but just that maybe you've had some ideas that you've had to rethink. And something when the doors are open, 7 of Chalices brings in a lot of possibilities, and not all of them are necessarily viable or real or for us. So it could be that you have had your eyes opened almost too much recently, and now this may be making you question things that you have believed before. And maybe this is part of the lack of confidence. But Pyramid indicates that this will be resolved with time. When new information comes in, whether this is information we ultimately integrate with ourselves or not, it may take some time for that process to happen. 10th house, this is Capricorn. So Capricorn energy has to do with career, fame, reputation, sometimes with the father. Okay, so you have Scarab with the Page of Swords. Now, Page of Swords, okay, well, let's start with Scarab. Scarab indicates a new beginning. So for some of you, this could be a new job, okay? We are seeing this promotion energy down here, so maybe it is something new within the same job. It can also be that you are starting fresh. Maybe you're going to be taking on a new job or a new role, or maybe you've decided that you need to. Now, the Page of Swords can indicate signing a contract, okay, of some sort. It can also indicate, though, digging for more information, like that there's more to be learned. Because when the Page of Swords comes up, there's information that's coming in from an indirect source. And the worst aspects of this card, it could be gossip or scandal, or somebody, or listening to gossip, or somebody spreading gossip. Could be somebody watching behind the scenes. That can come up with Page of Swords energy. But there's a feeling that not all information is out in front of you and may not be above board. It may indicate, though, that there's also some things to be learned and researched. So I don't know. This new beginning, it may be that you are drawing knowledge from a place that is that is indirect, that is not, is not very direct. Maybe this is part of the challenges that you're facing right now. So hopefully that will make sense for you, but it does seem like there's definitely something new coming in with your career, and it may be based on information that is coming from somewhere, or just finally having something revealed, maybe that has not that has been hidden from you, or that's been happening behind the scenes. Okay. 11th house is Aquarian energy. This has to do with friendships, business networks. Can also have to do with your goals, your hopes and wishes, what you're trying to manifest. And we have the twins with the Queen of Swords. Okay, so the twins definitely, we have this idea. This to me indicates either somebody who is a friend or somebody who is in your network who is going to be crucial or helpful to you at this time. Remember, we do have the Three of Wands down here. So this could be somebody you're partnering with, or it could just be a friend who is going to be helpful to you. Now with the Queen of Swords, okay, Queen of Swords energy is extremely logical, rational. It's very clear. It's energy that cuts through any nonsense and sees a situation for what it is. It can be a perfectionist kind of energy too. Or you could simply be dealing with someone who is an air sign, who is Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So yeah, there does seem to be somebody here. In this Queen of Swords, we have the woman who is basically shutting the beak of this bird, which throughout this deck, this bird actually shows up having, it looks like a big, I don't know, like a big swan or something, but it actually has teeth. And it's almost like she's closing the teeth, like, cutting off the harshness, because it's because you don't, because even though you don't want to, she's not happy about silencing this creature. It's also the sense of, well, but it's the right thing to do, because otherwise, what comes out might be very vicious. So yeah, there's just, so there may be a sense here of being circumspect about what it is that you say to somebody. Again, that fits in with what we see down here. So there could be some things, maybe you're going to feel criticized by somebody with the Queen of Swords, or maybe this is somebody who's just going to reveal a truth. Maybe they're going to reveal this truth that's in the 10th house. And I don't know, whatever this is though, this connection is going to be critical to either revealing a truth, or there may be a criticism you're dealing with, but overall still the advice is don't lose your cool, because this is a time when a lot of people are impatient and frustrated. 12th house, this is Pisces energy. This has to do with what's unseen, what you are maybe afraid of, what you may be doubting, what you don't show to people. And we have Thoth with the Ace of Chalices. So this is good because behind the scenes, there's definitely this sense of there is a new beginning. Ace of Chalices can even be new love for certain people, or just a new lease on life that is one that is joyful. And Thoth has this attitude of spiritual healing and karma and correct timing. So I don't know, I feel like a lot of your anxiety may be around the timing of certain beginnings, that maybe you are looking to make a new start, or maybe your things have ended and you're anticipating this next start, but maybe it doesn't feel like it's coming. Maybe you're in doubt about whether or not this change of venue or expansion of horizons or trip far away or whatever it is not going to happen. That seems to be what the fear is here. But Thoth is a very powerful card in the 12th house. So there's definitely a sense here that there's stuff happening that's outside of your control, and that you are actually going to be moving into a space where where things are going to come to fruition, even if right now it doesn't appear that way. So overall, we have Bast with the Two of Chalices. Okay, so Two of Chalices definitely indicates relationship or partnership. Looking up at the twins here, I don't know if this is somebody who's a friend who's going to become part of a more serious relationship for some of you. But the Two of Cups here definitely indicates working with others. With the Bast card is definitely one about being seen and recognized. So yeah, if you've got this energy in the first house of feeling that's not the case, then there's definitely an energy of you drawing people to you, working together. And this is also a very social card. This is the card of happiness. So I feel like, you can have your happiness. You will be recognized. There's definitely a sense of give and take, again, like we had here with the Six of Pentacles, but also just in terms of how we treat people. Give others their due. They will give you your due. And Bast can also come up when we may be very stressed out and need some mental healing, okay? So overall, I would say this is a really good reading. Let me do a card for Essential Oil Oracle and see what comes up for you this week. Okay. Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know? I'm just waiting for somebody to jump here. Oh, that's too many. Let's see what we've got. This is a cumbersome deck, and I'm actually dealing with poison ivy right now, too. So this shuffling has been a little bit interesting. Okay. So our card is eucalyptus. And the keyword on this card is reset. And the trigger statement is, I am sick. The true statement is, I am alive. It's time to embrace a new way of being, one filled with health and the freedom to create a new reality. Okay, so that's interesting. Given what we see here in the first house, this could be, and these elements of healing that we're seeing elsewhere, I think you basically need to be patient with yourself, Sagittarius. I feel like you're in a time of healing right now. Maybe you're focused on physical health because you've not been feeling well or not been feeling good about yourself. Maybe you've been feeling a lack in terms of your vitality. But, definitely, if I look at that with regard to the 6th house, which has to do with health, this definitely indicates having a lot of vitality, in which case this might mean, a little more discipline with regard to something as well as being confident. And I feel like you need to look at the mental component as well as the physical, because whatever you're stressing yourself out about may be part of what is causing you a difficulty. But definitely there's the sense that you are, you want to embrace healing and you want to embrace being alive. I feel like you've gone through some endings recently, and that perhaps this has left you feeling drained or has maybe affected you physically as well. But certainly I'm definitely seeing that being on the uptick, things going well. And yeah, a lot of the challenges to me, I feel more like the challenges here may be more having to do with your faith or your beliefs, or whether that be religious faith or not. It could be faith in a person or a situation as well, where maybe you feel, or maybe there's just big changes coming with regard to your career. But there's definitely changes coming, and there's definitely a sense here that you want to work with others. You don't want to hide away from others. And it is suggesting that you are loved. It is suggesting that there is happiness and that there is recognition, even if right now maybe you're not feeling it so much. That's it for this week, or these 2 weeks, Sagittarius. I hope this reading was helpful. If it was, do give me a thumbs up, and do like and subscribe if you have not. And I hope you have a wonderful end of April through mid-May, and be safe. We'll see you next time.